Let's get this show on the road then.
Yes, bro.
Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. This is Total Spotfest. You know, it's funny, Jamie. Log into the YouTube studio. There's now they have their little like helper video corner in the YouTube studio, right? You know, how to improve this, how to get more this, how to and this month's kind of highlight is update on ad-friendly viewing guidelines, profanity. And I was just like,
I didn't say any cuss words just now.
I know you didn't. But
Oh.
welcome to Total Spotfest. That is Jamie. I am JJ. That has been one Mr. Austin Reddick down there. We are coming back at you again, later than usual, because it's go home time, and go home means almost 4 hours of wrestling on our TV. Okay. First time we haven't been to AEW since they've been in Kansas City, Jamie.
First time for everything. And you know what? I'm okay with it because it was 3 hours and we still have to do this. I mean, last time they were in town, we did it live at the show. And that was
awesome.
Absolutely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But all of us were able to make it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also when Austin and I were on TV prominently for the next few weeks, by the way.
We were.
With my daughter.
Next to Mama Wayne. Like 7 feet tall of her.
That is a brick shit house of a woman, okay? Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. If this is your first time here, there is a subscribe button down below. Click on that so you can follow along with us. There's a little bell icon so you know when we go live, because as you can see, it's a little fluid at times. Also, give us a big thumbs up while you're down there. Join us in the chat if you're on the replay. Hit us down in the comments, and you can follow us on them internets at Total Spotfest. Oh, boys, how was your weekend?
Good. Went to Renfest. Had Turkey
Oh, you
Leg.
did? Cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
A couple of my coworkers went to
Always great.
Renfest. Yeah, you hear our group chat. Like, who wants to go to Renfest? And we're all like, we're watching football, bro. But yeah, Renfest is good times. So
Always. Yeah, we went Saturday. Obviously, we're not gonna go on Sunday. That's for real football, because my team sucks. So you know.
hey, you got
Gotta do what you gotta do.
you actually got your team B in a big game this Saturday.
Yeah. They should win that one. I feel good. Actually, I feel really good about Notre Dame winning that one. And honestly, I thought for a second there, I just wanted Kansas to cover. That's all I wanted. I knew we were going to lose because TCU or Texas Tech is ridiculous this year. And I'm like, just cover. Like, and then like it'd be this first half. I'm like, let's go. And the second half happened. I'm like, what other games are on?
It's good to know that both Mizzou and KU fell back into their familiar ruts. KU doing that, and then Mizzou giving you the falsest of false hope that there is a possibility and opportunity, even when the times are tired. They're like, we can do this. We're going to beat the Alabama. We're finally going to beat Alabama for the first time in 50 years. Down 10 points, doesn't matter. Touchdown, stop them 3 and out, get the ball back. And there's an interception in the most Mizzou fashion possible.
Yep. I actually watched that game. I don't watch a lot of college football, but I was in Chicago over the weekend for my cousin's wedding, and my family was all up there. My sister is a University of Alabama graduate, so we watched Alabama and Missouri play. And yeah, that's basically what watching the Bears usually is. And we'll get to the NFL, we'll get to fantasy later. But I had a nice football weekend, Monday technically, but my Bears got a win. They went up. They Bears it up for a while. Looked like they were going to let it slip away, but came back. So that was a good time. So yeah, having a solid week so far.
That's good. Well, I do take solace in the fact that we still got a lot of season ahead of us here. We still got some good proven games here. Schedule's still favorable. If we end the season with a couple of losses, and one of them is a 3-point loss to Alabama, yeah, we're still making the playoffs. So, got to focus on a couple tough games.
The rest of your way is not as easy as you think.
No, A&M is tough. We get them at home. And then Oklahoma, we'll see. I'm still not. sold on
Vanderbilt is
Oklahoma.
legit this year too, dude.
Vanderbilt is good. Yeah, they are. Yeah, we do.
Don't
have to
sleep
put-
on Vandy.
We're not sleeping on Vandy. You know, we slept on them before. It's best in the ass, and we do play them in Nashville. But
You lose 2, you're out. That's the whole thing.
no, not for an SEC team. No, if you lose 3 in the SEC, you're out.
No. Okay.
Hey, a 2-loss SEC team is making the playoffs.
Yeah, but there's going to be better 2-loss SEC teams than you.
Yeah, it's going to depend.
The math,
That's what I'm trying to
math.
say.
You're not gonna have 7 2-loss teams. You can't. It's not mathematically possible.
There's like 85 teams in the SEC. It's very possible. You have 3 of them. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
saying.
we shall see. I mean, there's a lot of football left to be had, so that's a good thing. There's a lot
I
of
appreciate you keeping the dream alive, though, man. I do.
Hey, man, it's out there. It's out there. Just saying. There's a lot of wrestling to be had too here. So this weekend is WrestleDream. Jamie is going to be front and center, literally, for wrestling. And I really thought you were staying over. You're making a ridiculously long day trip out of this.
With it.
Are you guys going for all the stuff, or are you just going for the show itself?
Well, we got the VIP package, bro.
Okay,
So,
you
I
gotta
can just go right in my parking spot, walk right in, go, kiss some hands, shake some babies, meet some AEW stars, and there you go.
You're going to get to meet Hook.
I hope to God's hope.
Dude, I
hope
swear to God,
so
if
bad.
I meet Hook, I'm gonna send that picture to both of you guys, and we'll say,
I need
"Fuck
that.
you" to both of you.
I need
Into
that.
existence.
I need to be there at work to pull out my phone and see that picture come across. Just please.
He's
let
going to go
this
to the
be
meet and greet, and we're just going to get text a picture of Jamie standing in between Hook and Darby Allin. Just
Hook, Darby
Yeah.
Allin, and Sky Blue. That'll be it. But still, we got a lot of stuff going on here. We'll talk about the WrestleDream here in just a little bit. Because we all agreed it was a fine show, but it wasn't really a memorable show. What are your thoughts, gentlemen, here on this? Go home shows. Go into the pay-per-view just like on fire, crazy bang, all this bullshit, or just, hey, let's just have a nice calm sort of entry into it, calm before the storm, which is kind of what we got tonight. What are your thoughts on the proper go home etiquette, in your opinion?
so definitely for your big shows, your go home should be a big deal. When you have a pay-per-view every month, it's just not always going to be. And I think with WrestleDream coming up, the in-ring action pay-per-view is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a good show.
It's an AEW pay-per-view.
But story-wise, this is the first pay-per-view in a long time where I felt like this didn't really need to be pay-per-view. Like, you could have done everything you're going to do there on Dynamite, except for maybe Mox and Darby killing each other, but we just saw that.
Put a pin in that.
And again, I'm looking forward to the show. They're getting my $40 because I'm an HBO Max subscriber, so I get $10 cheaper. It's going to be a great night of pro wrestling, but it feels like just story-wise, they've got plenty of good stuff kind of cooking, but nothing's really ready to blow off yet. And so I think the go home suffered because the build suffered, because this is just filling a pay-per-view slot in the calendar and not one of the bigger things you're building towards.
All right, Jamie.
I love you burying the pay-per-view that I'm going to and sitting in the front row.
The in-ring action's going to be
The
good.
pay-per-view
Like, I
spent
would
a lot of
Kansas City,
money.
not St. Louis.
Yeah.
All I
good.
gotta say is this: I get to sit front row and see the newly crowned New Japan IWGP World Heavyweight Champion right in front of me, and I get to lay eyes on that belt. That's nothing any of us have ever done, is physically see that belt in person.
That's true. That's true.
So yes, the show tonight was, what's the best word? Mid. Okay. Properly, you should have tons and tons of promos. There's a couple promos here and there, but then they kind of tried to interweave more of the Death Riders in there than I felt like they should have, and Squatch hit the nail right on the head. Allen, like he reminds me of Howard Wolowitz from Big Bang Theory. I know you guys aren't a big fan of the Big Bang Theory, but after he was an astronaut,
I like Big Bang
after he's an astronaut, he came back. All he could do is talk about how he's an astronaut.
Yeah, I
always brought up, hey, I was in space. I was in space. I was in space. I was in space. Hey, did you know I was in space? I was in space. That's all he does about fucking Mount Everest right now, and I am sick of it. I know how this match is gonna go. Do not care.
Well, let's go with that, because that was definitely the reoccurring theme throughout the night. Yes, a lot of Death Riders, but a lot of Darby Allin getting the living shit just beat out of him. I mean, first and foremost, the whole like prison interrogation, or console, or the prison interview room thing. I like the setting, kind of cool, right? That's how you keep them apart. I kept looking at my screen, thinking that Jon Moxley looked so much like Triple H during that fucking segment. Did anybody else get that?
He does.
When he wrinkles his forehead, he looks he looks like Triple H. It's crazy. It's weird. Okay. He was fantastic in that segment.
His promo was fire.
Mox was so good. I mean, the whole like chasing ghost thing, right? It was so good, right? Just nuance all this stuff. Darby was okay, but it just kept going on fucking Everest. It's like, oh my God, yes, we know the flag, yes. That's the thing you did. And Howard Wolowitz is the best analogy that there could be for that, Jamie. Congratulations. You win Analogy of the Night. All right.
Pretty good at it. I've had years of experience of doing analogies.
So that happens, and then later on, he comes out, it's just...
So, my problem with Darby's part of that promo was him saying, I'm doing it for Bryan Danielson. How could you do what you did to him? Bro, that was a year ago, and Danielson is literally just sitting out the commentary. He's commentary every week.
Not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Yeah.
I liked how they shot it. Like, I thought the idea was great. Mox was phenomenal in this. I don't care about Darby.
The part that
no problem, dude.
Well, okay. Let me steer us into a different light with this, because the whole thing with Darby is that we all don't like his shtick, right? We're not alone. A lot of people are just like, what the fuck ever, right? Yes, a bunch of 13-year-old girls think he's dreamy and whatever, right? If you took him as just a manic, crazy person, right, who just does the shit he does for adrenaline highs and whatever the hell else, right? Don't give him any more depth. I'd be fine with all this. But you're trying to make, it's kind of like the premise behind Triple X, okay? You're trying to make an X Games athlete a super spy, And while that works in a fictitious world of Vin Diesel, walking around in a giant fur coat, getting a Himikuda in the middle of fucking Europe, that's normal, right? That's a movie, right? Here is something a little bit closer to reality. Just have him be the crazy, I don't give a shit, basically Sabu. Just have him, no reason, just crazy. Just go. Giving him substance is the fucking problem behind Darby Allin.
Yeah, he doesn't do substance well.
Maybe he does.
Poor choice of words on my behalf. Back it up to the beginning of the show. You had the other promo turn match-ish thing. I'm really confused about the whole... I'm sorry. I know we love Tony Storm here. I like the kind of darker noir in Tony Storm. That's fine, right? Statlander's trying her ass off to have depth of character. I just don't fucking get this. I'm sorry. Austin's point, this is something that I could see on Dynamite. And we almost did. They decided to strip down in the middle of the thing, which I thought was fantastic, and then go out to the ring to have a semi-match.
The belts. I mean, they're both baby faces, though. Why would they? This whole thing, I don't get this either. Much like the Mox Darby thing, this was a face-off promo carried very heavily by one side of the affair. Statlander is trying too hard to be Tony Storm in this and not just be Chris Statlander. She's trying to match Tony's crazy, but that's just not her, and it's just awkward.
Does Stat need to drop?
Yeah, well said. Yeah, well said on that. Because when I watch, every time I've watched these, there's one Tony Storm, and she is on the greatest heater maybe of all time in women's wrestling. I can't say otherwise. And honestly, if it wasn't for Hangman, she might be Wrestler of the Year if you ask me, just because of what she's done. But you have somebody who has the charisma of a cardboard box, trying their hardest, putting lipstick on it. They're trying everything they possibly can, and it's just not working. It just feels weird. It feels awkward. We already know how this match is going to go. This is the official passing of the torch to give Stat a run, but Stat is going to be transitional. Full Gear, maybe World's End at the latest.
Or do they give the belt back to Tony?
That'd be dumb.
Nah, I think Stat's turning heel.
That's the play. It's got to be the play.
Well, it's been the play for 2.5, 3 months now, and they missed the first two fantastic opportunities to do it.
It's perfect now. It's cool off. People forget about 3 weeks ago. It's all cool now. It's cool off.
I mean, I'm here. I hear you.
You still have Yuta showing up in Statlander promos that happened on Collision last weekend. If Statlander just beats Tony Storm, now your babyface champion is your at best second over babyface, and more likely you're a fourth. And so it's if you're not going to have Statlander go heel, it's weird to go right back to the Tony match. You could have steered Tony into something else for a pay-per-view cycle, got Statlander program with a proper heel that just worked right back to Statlander and Tony, but you didn't. So Statlander just wins and she's still a babyface. Who cares? And I like Chris Statlander. Phenomenal in the ring. I'm looking forward to this match. They just didn't give me a reason to give a shit about her character.
There's a good amount of that going on for this pay-per-view. One character we do care about, and one match I do care about, is the now $500,000 pool for Jurassic Express and the Gambling Bucks. And Jurassic Express got a good little promo in there, right? They had a match later on in the night. We'll talk about that more at that match. Gates of Agony, Hurt Syndicate. Stop me if you've heard this, and also stop me if you're going to see this again in 3 days. What in the 50-50 booking hell are we going through with this? Because first of all, guess what they're doing at the pay-per-view? Oh, it's a 6-man tag match, which is now a tornado tag match, which that was the same thing we saw before, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, either of you.
That was a street fight.
Yeah, that was a street fight.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was okay.
They're putting their tights on for
that. This is that with tights. Okay, good to know. Fantastic. Okay.
Tights.
But tonight we had 2/3 of each team on there, and make a big deal of it that her syndicate actually did get pinned, although with a bunch of nefarious ways. Still, running that back, which it's fine, but again, it just feels like it's done over again, right?
I'm going to play devil's advocate on that for a second.
Go for it, because please,
While
I can't get into this.
This isn't like must-see, absolute gripping TV. Just the fact that we are getting a medium-term story between non-title holders that's not just like a week or two of TV and blowing off. What else are you going to do with the Hurt Syndicate right now? I think this is still very good for Ricochet. It gives him some more important baby faces to wrestle. Gets the Gates of Agony on TV a bit. I like this in principle. In execution, you probably don't need to see Gates of Agony fight Bobby and Shelton a million times. But I like that we're getting a somewhat longer story that's not around a title or the Don Callis family, which I appreciate all that shit too. But it's something different, and you're getting your own story for these guys that would probably be doing nothing else on TV for a while. Like, you throw Shelton Bobby out there just to beat people up. Ricochet would get the kind of match, but I like just kind of grouping some guys together in a story for about 2 months. That's my case for this not being too bad.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I was going to be devil's advocate too, because I think this was a good thing. And I know you are 50-50 booking hell, JJ, and I appreciate that, because I see where you're coming from on it. But this is more to legitimize their match Saturday, because so far it's basically been the Hurt Syndicate just doing whatever they want and then like getting a little lucky here and there. This, I mean, Gates of Agony, or GOA, sorry, them getting the win right here is huge for them, not only in just that match, but it also solidifies them later for tag team championships, because they beat the champions who have never truly been pinned before. True. I think that adds a lot of value to this match. Did you need it? No, but did GOA need it? Yes.
Okay, I'll feel you for that one there. So, surprisingly, not surprisingly unsurprising, fantastic match of the night goes to Claudio and Roderick Strong.
This hit me right in the 2005 Ring of Honor.
I know, right?
Same.
With no outside interference from anybody anywhere. Just Claudio and Roderick. Thank you. Oh.
The only thing is, I wish we would have got this on WrestleDream with the pay-per-view crowd.
This would have been fantastic for them to do on the tailgate. Just this.
Either way, not sad about getting it here though, because any day of the week you tell me, hey, Claudio's wrestling Roddy, I'm gonna sit down and tune in.
So good. Very good. Very good. You had two Don Callis six-man matches, okay? Before the first one, we got a little birthday party dinner review, because a couple days ago was the birthday of one Mr. Don Bartholomew Callis. I don't know where I was going with that. I was trying to get a good middle name there, and I butchered it. But it was Don Callis' birthday a couple days ago. So they can sit down for a fantastic, nice, fancy dinner, and they got gifts and the whole thing. And before we do anything, we got a first gift. And that gift is a little video from Kenosuke Takeshita. Hold that thought, Jamie. Kenosuke Takeshita, because he's over in Japan getting ready at the time of the video to wrestle for the IWGP World title. Okay? Video gets, of course, cut off by the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, who accidentally hit the wrong button there, you know. We all know where this is going. We're going to talk about it in a minute. I have a thought, though. And then they go in before the match and show us that, yes, Kenosuke Takeshita is the new IWGP champion, like Jamie had talked about at the beginning. So
excited.
Here's my thought. We all know where we're going with this whole Takeshita Okada thing, right? Wrestle Kingdom, Do we think that that's where it's going to come to a head? That makes sense.
It depends. If AEW does a second night pay-per-view like they did last
Like
year,
they did last year.
I think it happens there. If not, I think it's World's End.
Yep.
Because they're meeting in the finals of the Continental Classic.
Yep.
That could be pushed to the Tokyo Dome. That would make a lot of sense. It'll probably be World's End, unless, like I said, they do an actual AEW Wrestle Dynasty. Is that last year? There's a WrestleDream, Wrestle Dynasty, a Dynasty proper.
I think it's Wrestle
a lot of similar
Dynasty.
names.
Whatever AEW's night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom is.
Yeah.
I feel like this. My gut's telling me I think that's where it's going to go. Right now, they've got the tag team championship match this weekend. I think there's an absolute really good shot that they win those titles too. Right?
I will go on record and say right now, I'm picking them to win that match.
I'm pretty much up there with you. And the dissension is going to fester. I think it's going to be fantastic. But you did get the Don Callis versus Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express. Okay. It was Josh Alexander, Hechicero. Yo soy Hechicero.
The way he says it is the best.
It's so good.
His
So
face,
good.
his face is the best.
It's so good. It's so good. And the actual Spanish he puts out there is just gibberishly. Oh, it's so good. So good. And the man who the dingo didn't eat your baby. It was Mark Davis. Mark Davis is back.
Grew out his hair.
Or Mike Davis didn't get invited to the Don Callis birthday lunch.
They only had 6 chairs, man. Relax.
Couldn't rent out a bigger room. His family is 25 people, or so he said on TV tonight.
It is. Ironically, we haven't seen Andrade.
Clone wasn't there. And then where in the world is Andrade?
I just said that. We haven't seen Andrade since he debuted.
He's getting ready to re-debut in the Royal Rumble in January.
So
it'd be
hold
funny
on.
if he just jumped right back.
That'd be
Beat up Kenny Omega and left.
So I think there's he was there and then he's gone. Like no one's seen him and no one's talking about it. Even Meltzer and all them don't know. They said that he was supposed to do other dates, pulled out of those dates, and then he's still scheduled for the Puerto Rico show on Saturday, but no one knows if he's actually going to do it or not. I think he might be going to El Rehab.
Okay.
I would give him the benefit of the doubt and assume it is visa issues.
Okay.
Especially with just getting let go by one company, jumping to the other. We've seen this happen with a lot of the Japanese talent as well. We've seen this happen with some of the CMLL stars in the past.
Phoenix.
That would be
for
my first
6
thought.
months,
Yeah, that would be my first thought. Is there might be just a visa situation. They brought him to TV, realized oh wait, he's got to go do X, Y, and Z. At least I hope. I was excited when he came, thinking we were going to get Andrade and Kenny Omega at this pay-per-view, but it does not seem like it's happening.
Well, hopefully we get an answer. Hopefully he's okay, because if it's the first thing Jamie said, I hope you get better. No matter what.
I'm just basing that off of all the reports that he failed a whole bunch of tests and whatnot. And that's why he got released.
Could be. Who knows? Right. The special's good fun. Okay. Kenny Omega Jurassic Express, always good to have on your TV. They do get the victory with a kind of a unique take on a Doomsday device. I really enjoyed that. And of course that brings out the Young Bucks, who they continue to kind of tease this Young Bucks arc, because they come in there, beat up Jurassic Express, and then Kenny Omega gets in the middle, and they have this little standoff thing, right? Ooh, do we hate each other? Do we love each other? We don't know what's up. So, yep, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
There wasn't really stakes on it. It's a thing. It's just like, okay, whatever.
Exactly.
I think this also suffers because Kenny Omega has nothing to do with the pay-per-view. And it makes Kenny Omega seem less important, and he's Kenny by God Omega. But like he's just showing up to have a random trios match on Dynamite, and you don't have him wrestling on WrestleDream. Like,
I mean, they have
like I was saying earlier, it's a really weird build. They're just at a weird time of their storytelling. Even all this, I think in 6 weeks we could be at a place where the Bucks, Kenny, and Jungle Man Jack Perry all being in the ring is a much bigger deal and leading to something. It's just not there yet. I feel like there's a lot of that going on right now in AEW.
Well, it's just there's a pay-per-view in the middle of this story is basically what it is.
Yes,
because they did the whole bit on Collision talking about Perry and Omega, a continuation of last week. Because Jack Perry was there when he was stretchered out, right? He was part of send him on his way, coughing up blood capsules and all that, so. There's a pay-per-view in the middle of that has to have something. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's a filler. That's fine.
Filler. What are your thoughts on one of the most over matches locally, at least, appeared to on TV, but Jamie Hayter, back in Jamie Hayter form, going up against Sky Blue. I enjoyed this match. I think Jamie Hayter's wrestling has gotten back. Let's get away the Mystery Machine, whatever, but her wrestling is back to what it was pre-injury, I feel. Or
it
very
is
close to it.
But she did a lot of stuff she's capable of with someone who's not quite up to that speed. I thought this match was a couple minutes too long. Like, I think they just asked Sky Blue to do too much, and she wasn't terrible, but then when they were getting to a lot of the quick counters and reversals and stuff, she's just like half a step behind, and it just comes across on TV. Like I said, wasn't bad, like perfectly fine match. I don't think this needed to be as long as it was going into Jamie Hayter at the pay-per-view. I also think they kind of just made Jamie Hayter look like a dipshit after the match when Thekla did her promo, and then she just kind of threw her arms up and then just left. Like, it was. I need a little more out of Jamie Hayter going in this pay-per-view.
So I think they fucked up because I feel that promo should have went on before the match.
Yes. Yes.
Because she's like,
yes.
She's like, prove your worth or whatever. I forgot what she said at the end, but she's just like, entertain me or whatever it was. It's like perfect.
It was impress me with no follow up to. You're gonna end your promo with impress me. Come out of the crowd and go try to attack Jamie Hayter and have her dump your ass out of the ring for a little physicality. Like, that would build a little more excitement for the pay-per-view. But yeah, it was just Thekla getting the last word and Jamie Hayter, like, just in the most comical way possible, just throwing her arms up like nobody cares.
Yeah.
It did not make Jamie look good. And she should, because Jamie Hayter's awesome.
She is.
We are getting a non-title singles women match at a pay-per-view. That's a plus. Okay. All right. Another storyline that deserved a pay-per-view. I think that's fantastic. Thekla's promo video on its own was, my God, that woman oozes charisma. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yes, Jamie, you are 1,000% correct. It was weird. Not for what Thekla did. Thekla shit was great. But just after the match is over and her girls are walking out, limping out, she comes up and does that. And you're like, why not? Why? So, a little weird.
You have that pop right before the match. She wins, impresses her, and then she's flexing. Thekla comes in, pops her, has her fall over the top rope, and they have a little scuffle, and they have to get separated. Dude, it's, I don't know.
It's also weird that this story technically started in like May, and they're just getting around to wrestling each other.
Yeah,
I understand Jamie got a concussion, was out for a little while, but like, again, just another thing on the pay-per-view that the match is probably going to be great. Looking forward to watching it in the ring, but the story's not quite there. Like, this could have been a Collision main event or Dynamite main event.
I think there's a lot of this goes along with it, but I also feel very similar to how you guys talked about, the Statlander Tony match, right? I think it's going to have bigger repercussions anyway, towards the women's division as well, too, right? Like these two women are both destined to be in the title picture in a very short order, right? And I think that's a good thing for them and for the. And yes, it took a while for them to get here because of some, health issues and stuff, right? But I like the follow through, circling back to it, because for the longest time, I know you guys. What is Thekla doing? It's like she came to attack Jamie Hayter, and then now just whatever, right? So at least they get back to it, right? They're finishing a sentence, even if it was incomplete.
That was the other thing too. Like in her promo, she said, "You know why I attacked you? Because you were there." So like 5 months later, we're finally circling back to this, and it was for no reason in the first place. Is that what you're telling us in this promo right now?
A little bit.
Little anarchy is very, very, very punk rock. All right, let's go.
But at the end of the day, we're getting Thekla and Jamie Hayter in a pay-per-view match, and can't be sad about that.
And my eyes get to see it live, so
you get to see it right in front of you. You can see a spider suplex like 15 feet from you. Not even,
Not even.
Who we might see, I don't know what she's doing at the pay-per-view, but Mercedes has her 10th belt, and it's not the AEW Women's Tag title belts, which apparently were just a figment of our imagination, by the way. She won something over in England or in Europe. I don't even know what she won. Half of her belts feel like fucking Goldberg, Goldberg. You come back on Monday night, and Goldberg like won another 12 matches during the weekend, and you're like, what? What happened? Wait. She even called herself, Jamie, Ultimo Monet.
She watches the show. It's cool. She knows I'm a fan.
She's going to be in St. Louis. Okay. You had the main event of the Dynamite portion of the evening, boys. Hangman is on commentary, and you have a title match on your go home. Trios titles held by the Ops being put up against La Facción Ingobernables.
Yes.
With the Sammy Guevara infused LFI.
I never thought I would say anything particularly complimentary about Sammy Guevara, but I like him with LFI.
I do too.
Like, this is the most interesting thing they've done with him in some time. He fits in that role.
Sammy's not a face. Sammy's never going to be a good face.
Not at all. He is so unlikable. But that's why he works in this.
Exactly.
He's got a very punchable face. Very punchable face.
Yeah. And I love the whole fact. So if you follow ROH at all, which, whatever. But he turned on the whole Sons of Texas things. Of course, Dustin Rhodes is, super injured, right? He blew out like every ligament in his lower body or whatever the hell, right? But he turned on the whole Sons of Texas gimmick thing that he had, to join with that, because he is, by nature, Hispanic, right? And his inability to speak Spanish doesn't matter. I think it's fucking hilarious for this whole thing, right? He sides with the Hispanic, group, and looking like, for a dude from Houston, looking like he thinks it's like the late '80s in Miami for his fashion inspiration is fan-fucking-tastic. This is the best. Best Sammy Guevara's been in years.
Best fashion decision in that group, because just when you thought Orthos couldn't be any cooler, he started just putting sunglasses on his mask, and it looks so rad.
Moros with glasses is clutch.
Some people are like shitting on it. I'm like, why? How can you shit on it? It looks so rad. He looks so rad.
Peace Moros
so good.
And this whole thing gives us a lot more room.
Thank you.
We'll take that. Plus, you get a pretty good match for your main event. Ops versus this. Of course, you got Hangman on commentary. And, you know, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, I definitely would say that, you know, you are an absolute Christmas ham of a man to both of you. And I love you to death. By far, my favorite. That's one note I had to take down. My favorite.
Good.
My favorite side-handed compliment that I've ever heard in my life.
So I actually got to watch Collision from last weekend, and LFI versus MXM was such a good time.
Oh yeah,
I need more MXM on Dynamite.
Yes.
like the expanded MXM it's MXM TV is what they are now too.
Yeah, it's Zeb and Johnny and Taya.
Johnny and Taya, and it's so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
Like Mansoor is just the silliest motherfucker I've ever seen. Like it's.
So while we're on this trios match from tonight, do y'all think they could heat Roosh up to do Roosh and Hangman at Full Gear?
Hypothetically, I mean,
I think it could work.
Yeah, I like it.
I think your main players for the Hangman line, you know, you're looking at Omega, Swerve, who's out right now, Ospreay, who's out right now, right? So what you were saying is what they've got to do, right? Just give him some good opponents until you can get a main
speedy
story
heel every month.
there.
I'd like to see Roosh in that spot.
I'm good with Roosh deserves it. Former ROH champion, Jamie. I mean, I'm good with that.
So I'm trying to think of who else, like heel wise, you could throw in there and heat up real quick.
Ricochet.
And it's like, okay. So it's like, all right, well, if I go Don Callis family, their number one guy that they would put is Kyle Fletcher. He's already lost, so that's a no. And then you're already doing something with Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, so you can't do that. So it's like, okay, so basically they're eliminated because we're in the world's Andrade. So it's like, okay, well, who's left? Ricochet maybe, but I still don't feel like that's going to be done. I just don't see that being done yet. So Roosh it is, dude. Like when you do it that way, if you're looking at just heels, it's like he's the guy. Like I can't think of anybody else that would be single wise worth it to like heat up. I'm in. Like let's make it happen.
And the only other thought I could put out there, and I hope they don't do this, but a return with Moxley, because Moxley teased that he still wants to aim at that. I feel like that's
you and MJF with the contract as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that needs to wait. I like the idea of let's heat Roosh up for a month and put him in a pay-per-view main event.
Well, MJF's filming right now, isn't he? He's filming something?
Yeah. Another movie.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's done yet, but he might be done. Be able to maybe make an appearance. He might be able to make an appearance at WrestleDream, which would be kind of cool. And then
look at this guy over here. Jamie just wants all the flour. He wants it all. Give this man everything.
Hey, I spent a lot of money. I want it all.
He spent a lot of money on it. All right. So we keep rolling on here because 3 hours, so Collision rolls right into it. Thankfully, Max has learned their ways. They allowed the run over to happen, and they make the switch over in a commercial break. So you don't have to. You notice that?
I was ready this week.
Yeah,
I was ready. I saw that this event has ended, and it's playing the same music plays during commercial breaks. I was like, "You're not getting me this time." I'm heading right over to Collision. So I actually caught the beginning of Collision.
Ash guy, but they did like during a commercial break. That made the actual switch. I was so happy with it this time here. Okay, begin with. I mean, Collision was a lot of fun matches, really. I mean, Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia versus Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy. I love Wheeler and Daniel as a tag team. I really do.
Yeah.
I really love them.
I want to hate it. I do. But I just can't.
It's good, right? It's so good. if they ever do like fracture the Death Riders and have like Stat and maybe a few other, but I think Wheeler
they're on
and
the wolf
Daniel, something like that. Wheeler and Daniel need to be together in that because I love them together. Okay,
I like them as a tag team. The tag division has a lot of good teams.
finally.
Like it's finally heated back up. Keep it coming.
You know what else is they keep coming? Beating up Darby Allin, because if that prison room brawl with Pac appearing out of nowhere and just slamming his head against every wall there, it's like here they come, and after match you got the conglomeration coming out, and you got all the Death Riders out there beating everybody up. Mox's gonna say something, and here comes Darby Allin's music, and out stumbles Darby Allin. And he goes one by one, getting, basically, trained by the, and not in the good way, the Death Riders on his way to the ring. And he keeps coming back. He just can't die. He keeps coming back and pulls out the flag and puts it between him and John. It's like, God, stop giving this man depth. It's just
this entire story is Darby being like, I went to Everest, and Mox just saying, I don't give a shit about your flag, kid. Let's fight.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's. Yeah,
fuck your flag.
Just like it's super cool that Darby summited Everest. That is no easy task.
No.
But also, if you got the money, a lot of people do it every year. Like there are pictures of the line to actually get on the summit itself. And again, none of us will ever make to the top of Everest. Most human beings won't. I don't think it needs to be the focal point of your story with like the most violent dude on the roster.
It was a good side note. It was a good side note for his return back. Okay. He's on Everest. Oh no, he's here. Right. Okay, cool. Right. You did it.
Yeah.
That should have been the end of that story.
And like this isn't
Jamie's
ending on
just
Saturday.
He just doesn't even want to talk about it anymore.
This is over on Saturday.
No, that's the fuck thing about this. This is the goddamn Groundhog Day of AEW wrestling, and without Bill Murray.
Yeah, like,
excuse me, Bill Murray.
we had Bill Murray, I'd be fine with all this.
Absolutely. That would make anything better. Sad Bill Murray.
Zombieland Bill Murray, to be exact.
It is the least effective, Heather. You are absolutely 100% correct. Oh my god.
Yeah, Mox is the last person on the roster that would give a shit that you climbed a mountain.
I did that for AEW and the flag and all this. I don't give a fuck about your flag. What also I really don't give a fuck about is Hook. And even with Eddie Kingston, Hook still kills a promo. I don't know how that's possible.
I think they were trying to be funny, and it landed like he is an idiot.
Oh my god, yes. So bad.
I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get someone to bring Hook along and get Eddie in some tags while he gets back in form, which Eddie and Mortos from Collision was a good time. Like, Eddie's looking better than he did. It's weird that you did the Eddie return in a random match against Big Bill at the last pay-per-view, and now he's just on the pre-show at this one in a unannounced match, I guess.
An open team challenge.
It's just they will be in action. This pay-per-view could have been a Dynamite. Hook and Eddie Kingston will be in action. It's not a pay-per-view match.
It's going to be on our pick sheet, though, boys. I'll tell you who they're going to go against. I already know it right now. And that's going to be Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, not the Acclaimed.
Nope. I say they're going to end up going against Dralistico and Beast Mortos. Again, run it back.
I mean,
but the tag match.
Give me Eddie and Hook against MXM. That'd be fun.
Lord only knows. Not the Outrunners.
I don't
Well,
think
they
you can
got
do every book
they're
against
with
a strong
what's his
babyface
name,
team.
right, or whatever.
They're what?
Who are the Outrunners with right now?
Don Castle?
Dalton Castle. Thank
Yes.
you. Yes,
How have I missed that?
that's amazing.
That's
yes.
fantastic.
It happened in Ring of Honor.
That's how that's how I've missed it. Okay.
He
Hey
got it
man,
from his mother's side, clearly.
it skips a generation, Heather. It skips a generation. All right.
I mean, it's true because like my I love Megan. Megan does not have my pizzazz,
No,
but
she doesn't.
Audrey and Jessica absolutely do.
Oh yeah.
Jessica, as you know, is a shit talker Skywalker. Like she will bring the noise
Mhm.
with zero F's given. So
No,
it
no.
does. It does get people.
She'll bang her head against the wall in the attempts to make that noise. And if it fails, she she keeps running towards it until she gets through the wall, which is very admirable. What are your thoughts on new look Anthony Bowens and Max Caster? I love this dysfunction. I think it's I want to eat this up. I love it, especially now with Max Caster or with Bowens just showing all his magazine covers and picture frames to try and combat.
It's
It's
working.
interesting. It's a taking something that was like so lather, rinse, repeat, and giving it some good seasoning to make it tasty again.
I like this more than I thought I would, and I like both these guys. And the Acclaimed was fun. The Acclaimed went on
Too long.
a little too long. We went from tag champs and then just winning the trio champs with Billy Gunn, and they were just scissoring for like 8 straight months, and like they're kind of beating a dead horse there. I like the idea that they tried to go their separate ways. Neither of them were particularly successful. Now they're forced to tag together, and they don't want to. But that's one of the better stories they got going on right now.
It really is.
And at the end of the day, brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
No, it's going to end with brothers got a scissor.
I would not be sad if they
Totally.
never went back to the scissoring, but I love that this isn't just a retcon, like, oh, we're just going to throw them back together. Like, this seems natural.
From all account, Heather, I've never met. From all account, though, he is like one of the nicest dudes you're ever going to meet, right?
That's what they're doing right now.
Just a general, like, total sweetheart of a man.
Gonna do it.
Am I doing it right? Oh, okay. All right.
Touch the tips. Touch the tips.
All right. So we move on from that. Okay. By the way, we did skip over the other women's match. You had Megan Bain versus Harley Cameron, right? This is a showcase of more of what the pre-show looks like. Because for the pre-show, you got FTR versus Jet Speed, and you've got the women's tag match of Megan Bain and Penelope Ford versus Harley Cameron and Willow. Right? So you got everybody out there doing all the things. I don't know who had made the I can't get no hose with the FTR font flag, but I need to find that, and I need to have that.
Yes.
Did you see that?
That was fantastic. Just to take half a step back so everyone's clear. At the pay-per-view, we were doing Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, pretty well-established women's tag team, against Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, who Harley Cameron has been saying she needs a partner for this tag title tournament. We're doing this women's tag match on the pay-per-view. Do you think there's any chance last second they announce that's a first round match to give us something for this tournament that is supposed to exist at some point in time?
Nope.
I think so. I do.
Nope.
I'm in. Yep.
I feel like they have to.
I am not drinking this Kool-Aid. I'm telling you, whenever we get to this tournament eventually, maybe in 2026, we got to roll it out with a whole bracket of 8 teams and have a formal thing with it. So, sorry. I'm gonna be the dasher of dreams on this and say no.
That should be the bonus question. If an announcement hasn't been made for the picks, will this tag match become a first round match of the tag titles?
I'm good with that.
But since it's on the pre-show, that's so Tony Khan. Absolutely, yes.
Lord only
Do you
knows.
think they're going to take this women's tag tournament more seriously when we haven't heard fuck all about it in like the month since they were announced? That's why it's a good bonus question, because I can see it going either way.
I think they might, but I don't think they will yet. Patience is a virtue, my men. Patience. This match was fine. It was a good showcase. Harley Cameron's come a long way. We'd long have Bohemian, given our adoration to, she kicked out. She dropped out of her finisher. She kicked out. She looked pretty good, but no, when you got a running Liger bomb to the beauty that Megan Bayne has, you're not winning that match. That was a fantastic looking Liger bomb too. Oh my God, that looks so good.
I enjoyed this match more than Sky Blue and Jamie Hayter. But also, I am just partial to give me a scrappy babyface versus a monster heel, and I'm usually in. Like, that's just classic pro wrestling.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt that we're also all madly in love with Harley Cameron.
That's a good point. That is.
Though, I noticed during Megan Bayne's promo before all this, she has like Charlotte Flair face.
Yes.
Like, does that make sense? Am I crazy here? Does she have Charlotte Flair face?
No. She is basically a beefier. I don't mean that in a bad, a beefier Charlotte Flair.
And hotter.
That's it. We're not drawing lines in the hotness sand, okay, Jamie?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just saying, like, she's gorgeous. Like, can we just all own it? Like, it's fine.
All she needs is a personality.
God, please.
Good luck with that one.
Well, TV personality. From everything I've heard, she's a nice lady, but like, we need some TV charisma.
I mean, I think that
Lance Storm.
Lance Storm, yeah. I think that's the thing you have with, unfortunately, too many of your characters in the women's division, right? Which is why you end up having like a lot of mishmash tag teams together. I mean, it isn't just, but Harley Cameron's on her third tag team in a matter of weeks. Okay, whatever.
Which makes her great. She's trying to find somebody to go into it with.
Yeah. No. Yes. So yeah, so you don't get to avoid together. She's gonna be the third one. Jamie will actually love that if he's the third one. Actually, on the meet and greet.
Yes.
Main event is the other Don Callis family trios match. This one featuring the Protostar Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe and Brodito. Okay. My highlight of this match, the match was really good, of course, right? Everybody involved, no questions there. But my highlight was definitely Don Callis quoting Wu-Tang Clan. That was not on my bingo card, boys. I'm sorry. I'm out.
I'm never sad about Don Callis on commentary.
Me either. Like, cause he will throw out some stuff. You're just like, that's amazing. It's just he throws out those nuggets. You're like,
the way
you don't get that from Scott.
To quote the great Wu-Tang Clan, and it's just like, wait, did he just quote Wu-Tang?
Cash rolls everything around me. Oh yeah.
So it ends, of course, and you're going into the pay-per-view, so you got Briscoe versus Fletcher 5. You got to make big deal. This is the rubber match of 5, right? At the pay-per-view, and that was the show. And again, to everybody's, we've said this enough times, but yeah, it wasn't a bad episode of Dynamite, but it was just kind of like, again, the build to a pay-per-view that feels like a big Dynamite. Sorry, Jamie.
No, you're not wrong.
I mean, there's still killer matches on the show. Like, just completely story-wise, builds mid. But, like,
Yeah.
what we're getting in the ring Saturday is still a damn fine night of pro wrestling.
Well, I think this is a weird time, too. You just got off of All Out, one of your signature pay-per-views. You have your another signature pay-per-view, Full Gear, next month, right? So you're right smack dab in the middle of, like, two big tickets for AEW's calendar year, right? So this whole weekend is a matter of setup, not in a bad way, but yes, it is. So,
For sure.
speaking of which, since you were going to be there, front and center, Jamie, let's talk about the card for the pay per view.
Let's talk about that card, because for being a big pay-per-view, a big Dynamite, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I mean, we're going to start off with Adam Hangman Page versus Samoa Joe in my eyeballs.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we'll have the I Quit match.
Are you going to go out and get? Is that when you're going to get food? Be honest. Be honest.
There is a surefire shot that might be my goal.
And no, you've got to stay for that match because I need you to bring a sign that just says, "We saw Mox quit in July."
Yes.
True. Yes. You have Stat versus Tony. That should be a good one. You just talked about Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe, number 5. Cool. Brodito versus the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Kenosuke Takeshita and the Unified Champion, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. Then you have the $500,000 match of the Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks. You have Thekla versus Jamie Hayter. And the last one on the main show is the trios match of the Demand, which I think they should rename themselves to In Demand. I think that sounds better, but that's just me. Going up against the Hurt Syndicate. On the buy-in stuff or whatever they're called, the tailgate special, you have Kingston and Hook.
Open challenge. You have
Open
Megan
challenge.
In
Bain.
action.
Yeah, you have the Top Gods versus Harley and Willow, and then you have FTR versus Jet Speed.
And the conglomeration versus Death Riders.
That's right.
8-man tag. Yep.
Because there was a lot of Death Riders on the show tonight, and most of them are on the pre-show Saturday.
Yes. So that's pay-per-view.
I do like that they've turned it into a gimmick, the tailgate brawl. Like the main event of the pre-show is just going to be a 4-on-4 tornado match every time. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. Yeah. Like, because for the longest time, the buy-in or whatever else they decided to call it was, it was a very apparent afterthought. And even though the pre-shows are basically afterthoughts anyway, just to put people's face on the give them a justification for being there, right? Giving it a little bit of fun like that.
Yeah,
I'm
fun gimmick.
I'm all for. Okay, so we will have picks in. We will have results for you next week. We will talk about the pay-per-view in depth. Jamie will give us all of his reactions and everything that happened during his time at the pay-per-view with the Tyrant Megan, and we will hopefully crown a new champion. We shall see. Nothing. He just didn't even pay attention. All right. So we will let you guys know next week about that.
Yes.
Jamie, it is still October, and a quick heads up to all of our viewers out there. If this is your first time viewing, hello to my coworkers. I got roped into subscribing this past week for the promise of what is coming up in 2 weeks. Because if you are not familiar, the man over on the left-hand side of your screen, to my immediate right, okay, is our spooky season Halloween aficionado if the character poster behind him is not proof enough about the love of horror this man has. Okay. And we honor his favorite holiday every year. This year is no different. You want to be here in 2 weeks. I am just telling you that right now. It is the annual Total Spotfest Holiday Special. Manage your time.
About holiday special. We're not dressed up as Santa.
I know. Halloween special. Excuse me. I got going on. Mixed up words.
Respect on Halloween.
I apologize. You want to manage your time. You want to manage your time correctly because you do not want to miss what we're going to do this year. It's going to be very nice.
Yes. Last year was ring announcers. This year is, you gotta wait to find out.
We don't know. I mean, 2 years ago, we didn't always have themes. Maybe it's not themed. Who knows, right? It could, but it's. We're all planning stuff. It's going to be a time. So 2 weeks from now, Halloween special. Just be forewarned. But it is spooky season, Jamie, and I'm gonna give you the mic because you got activities for us to do. I know.
Yes, and this year's have been a lot more interactive, and I feel like this year has been way more successful than years previous. So,
Agreed.
Gentlemen, we all just died.
Oh,
all three of us just died. We ain't going to heaven, boys. So, we are in hell. But Satan has a sense of humor. And he has decided that our hell, whatever we live in, is going to be decided by the other two members of the show.
Ooh.
So each of us get to select each other's hell. So JJ and Austin, you get to pick my hell. Austin and me get to pick yours, JJ. And JJ, you and I get to pick Austin's hell. And it can be two rooms, like it can be two things, like we can give them like a little bit if we cannot come to a thing. But I figured this was going to be absolutely hilarious, just because, hey, what annoys us more than anything in this world? We all pretty much know each other. Should be fairly easy.
All right, where are we going? Where are we starting with this? Okay.
We're saving you for last, bud. You guys can roast me first.
Oh, I'm being saved for last, so that's fantastic. Okay.
We can do Jamie's first.
All right,
Yeah.
we can do Jamie. So how do we want to do this? We do like a 2-room hell, so each of us pick something. Maybe is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Like
All
this
right.
is, we have to live this hell every single day.
Okay.
The rest of life.
Do you want to go first, Austin, or shall I?
I'll go first for Jamie's hell.
Please.
I believe his hell would be a movie theater with only 2 seats, and he would be stuck watching the Lord of the Rings extended editions on repeat with Darby Allin for an eternity.
Oh,
That would 100% be hell.
Every time they see a mountain, which happens a lot in those, Darby will return and be like, I climbed Everest.
I climbed Everest, bro. Yeah, here's the flag. Oh my god.
That tower reminds me of Mount Everest. Did you know that?
See, mine was so much more direct. Okay, but if he needs to escape the movie theater, if he's allowed to, after 3 consecutive playthroughs of the entire trilogy. Okay, so every other day, basically. Yeah, every other day. Just do some math about how long that would be. He can go into the other room. Now, this is no 2-chair room, okay? This room is filled with, a good number of companions, okay? All clowns.
Clowns.
Asses to elbows clowns. Nonstop, never sleeping clowns. And then on the TV is the most glorious thing. If he looks up, he wants to get away from that, and it is Mizzou winning every national championship every year with me in the front row, just to rub it in. So he tries to escape the clowns, and they're there. So you got clowns and Lord of the Rings, bro. That's what you got. All right, so we're doing Austin next.
Yes, you go.
Okay.
See, I'm a harder one because I enjoy most shit.
I know. And me and Jamie,
Like a lot of stuff, I'd be like, that's not too bad.
Me and Jamie know each other the longest, so we know what really
Yeah.
pisses each other off the most. Okay. So. I am really struggling here, Jamie. Can you start this?
No problem. So one of the few things that we've learned about Austin is his movie taste, right? He's got a certain movie taste. He has a certain thing that he does not like to watch. And I know this. As we are in the spooky season, he is not a scary movie guy. So his personal hell is simple. It's not going to be They Live because he'll find some way to enjoy that because obviously it's got one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So I got to think
They Live. It's fine.
Super shitty, semi-scary. He has to watch in a room, 2 seats again.
2 seats.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space on repeat because that movie's terrible. It's not very scary, but it's just terrible. But it's also amazing at the same time. And you yourself will be sitting next to Darby Allin, who will be giving you tips on how to wrestle.
See, here's the problem, though. One, if you're gonna go horror movie, the worse, the better, as far as I'm concerned. My favorite horror movie of all time is Ginger Dead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver, and it is a fucking masterpiece of just terrible. So, I think you'd have to go with like anything that's supposed to be a good horror movie, and I would be bored out of my mind.
Like The Exorcist?
The first one's fine because the practical effects, but any of the like dozen new Exorcists that have come out in the last decade or two, like I've checked out on all those.
Oh, got it. Exorcist 2, Heretic.
There you go.
Ooh. Ooh.
I feel like I would just beat up Darby Allin if he was sitting next to me in hell.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't. He has to give you wrestling pointers all the time. You're in hell.
You don't get to control hell. You know, yeah.
So there's got to be a gap between the seats, so he's not an arm's length.
Again, you don't get to design hell either. I'm sorry, man. This is how the game. This is how this goes. like
you are bolted into your chair.
uncomfortably
You are not allowed to leave your chair.
Okay, but you do get to eventually leave that chair because every other day you rotate. So you're going to go into the other room. The other room is nothing but a giant wrestling ring. Okay, and you get the pleasure of working with the worst wrestlers you've ever seen in your life continuously, while the crowd that is in that room is only interested in seeing you do every stupid gimmick they've ever considered. So you're doing hopscotch, you're doing foursquare, you're doing every childhood game as a gimmick in a wrestling match to their amusement constantly. And you lose repeatedly over and over and over and over again. And if you do an actual good move, the room resets and you start over.
The
For all
losing
eternity.
part's not bad, but if I'm in there with the worst wrestlers I've ever seen, I've seen some real bad
No. The worst wrestlers you've ever wrestled against.
Oh, there's
yes.
That's not gonna be a good time.
Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell, my friend.
I will abstain from dropping any names on the podcast.
Yeah, we
talk shit about people, but
we've heard
I'll
names.
say,
We're not pulling them out there. I'm just saying the worst wrestlers you've ever wrestled in every terrible gimmick they've ever done. And again, if you botch it, by mean you do something cool, the room resets and you continue to go. For all eternity.
that would be my hell.
All right,
It's JJ's hell now. Austin, you got something for him?
Bring in all the Jayhawk whatever shit you got for me. Let's go.
See, JJ already went with the Mizzou thing for yours. Because I was going to say watching KU beat Mizzou on repeat with just a video of Jamie just doing the Nelson Muntz. Ha, 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 on repeat for an eternity. Which would be a pretty good one, although that is kind of stepping on.
Well, if you've ever seen NCAA basketball, that's basically been our existence for 13 years. You need to think more.
I feel like my hell room for JJ. I gotta stick with the theater setup because that's just a good way to make it excruciating.
Okay.
But JJ is not watching Lord of the Rings or horror movies. JJ is watching the entire 2019 of WWE on repeat for an eternity.
Oh Lord.
And hell. And we're gonna go 2-seater again. We're gonna give you a second seat, and in that second seat will be Michael Cole just live commentating over the WWE commentary
you are
for the
a
entire
son
year.
of a bitch. Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought you'd do CM Punk.
But
yeah, that's even better.
But in this room,
you know that Cole's worse.
This room is like the wardrobe to Narnia, so time passes differently.
What the fuck?
So you'll be able to get through the year like the entire year several times before you hop over to Jamie's room.
Yes. And then in my room, sir, you'll be coming out into a beautiful stadium. Which stadium, you ask? AT&T Stadium. What day, you ask? December 1st, 2007. If you're a Mizzou fan, you know this date very well because if you guys win this game, you're playing for a national BCS championship.
I hate you so
and
much.
then somebody by the name of Oklahoma beat the shit out of you.
Hey, we were tied at halftime.
So your hell would literally be sitting in the Oklahoma section and reliving this sports moment, this magnificent Mizzou sports moment, where they lose, end up going to a Cotton Bowl. KU goes to an Orange Bowl that year. We win our own Orange Bowl, so we win actually one of the BCS back then bowls. You didn't even go to one, even though the Cotton Bowl is still prestigious. I don't understand how that wasn't, but now it's a part of the national championship thing, why it deserves. I digress. But you have to relive that moment of almost going to a national championship and never getting there.
National championship that we would have definitely won too, 100%.
Yeah.
If you don't get there.
Touche, Jamie. Because I knew it was going to be something involved with. Because Blues and Mizzou fan, I've had plenty of digress. Blues have won a cup though, so there's that, and so it had to be that. I'm surprised there was no spiders in any of this. So thank you both for that.
Yes.
Well, that was fun. That was a good twist there, Jamie. Something I was not expecting. So, all right. All right. So, WrestleDream is this weekend. We did have a good time for fantasy football this past week. At least I had a great time. I don't know about you guys, but oh my god.
Sold.
I got hosed.
Yeah, Megan beat you by 0.75 points. Came back and won that shit.
Hey,
But Josh Allen interception at the end of the game.
I was into Monday night and I was just dead. I was like, Jamie had 3 people playing, including including Jaden, and I was like, "There's Jane Daniels," and I'm like, "There's no way he needs like 27 points." And
and Derrick Henry all go.
Yeah.
Or not Derrick Henry.
No. It was your tight end for Buffalo, whoever the hell that is. Okay.
Oh well, he got hurt, so I ended up putting Kyle Pitts in.
Oh, Kyle Pitts, that's who it was. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm just like, he needs like 27 points to beat me, and I'm done because I had. Broncos did dick nothing. Cortland Sutton got like 3 points, right? You know, so I'm out, right? There's not a chance in hell. And I kept watching football throughout the night, and it kept giving me hope. It's like, you know what? There might be a shot here. And then JB was like within a point of me with like 4 minutes to go, and Jane Daniels fumbles, and I almost pissed my pants. It was that good. Okay.
Oh, same. I was watching that game. Coming up close to halftime, I told the wife, hey, the Bears are actually doing all right. We get right after halftime, like the Bears are the Bears again. And then Jay fumbled at the 50, and I was like, holy shit, the Bears are going to win this game.
They sure as fuck did. So, and win to me. So, quick bow to the one and only one-loss team in the entire Total Spotfest Fantasy Football. That'd be me. How you doing, boys? There we go.
Should have to.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
That's why they play the game.
That is why we play the games. And remember, it doesn't matter because we all make the playoffs. So we're gonna see what happens anyway.
Exactly.
All right. Anything else? Oh yeah. There was another premium live event we should talk about from this past weekend. Well, a couple of them, if you think about it, really.
Yeah, we could talk Crown Jewel and TNA.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about Crown Jewel first. Crown Jewel, for me, was really just, yes, it's Stephanie McClure. Her ascension keeps going. But for me, it was really one match alone. John Cena and AJ Styles.
100%.
Which is good old-fashioned, good wrestling fun. AJ coming out in the same style outfit he did for the debut episode of TNA on Spike TV from 2005. So it was basically the weekend is more or less 20-year anniversary of the debut episode of TNA on TV. And he wore that outfit as the X Division champion on Spike TV's broadcast for the first time. And my God, like the little intro that Cena wrote for the ring announcer to read about him, which included a mention of the Bullet Club, okay, on WWE TV, which was fan-fucking-tastic, right? And that match was, let's do every single conceivable tribute move that we can do for every opponent we've ever had.
It was
sick. I loved it.
They're finishers.
Hey, when done right, spamming finishers always works.
And it was done right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this match was outstanding. I do not have whatever level of ESPN you need to see it. But I heard it's great.
There's no level. You have to
find it on the internet.
You can find the internet. You have to pay for the individual events. Even if you have the highest level of ESPN, you still have to pay per event for these, I think.
Yeah. But WWE's not doing a money grab.
No.
Like hard pass on paying extra money for WWE. Which is unfortunate, because if they were good, I absolutely would. I watched Raw this week because it came on at 8 a.m. while I was working. Nothing of note happened. I guess Braun Breaker turned on Seth Rollins, but it was just kind of awkward. That's what's happening in WWE these days, I guess.
Okay. That makes negative sense, but whatever.
Apparently, Seth Rollins hurt his shoulder doing some coast-to-coast headbutt thing, and so they had to pivot, and now Braun Breaker speared him, and so it's WWE. Nothing matters. Nothing's important.
Well, that lies the problem. Well, that lies the problem is like these pay-per-views or PLEs or whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? You should get like one like banger match, right, or maybe two, and then that's like it. I mean, you had a good moment on the PLE with Stephanie McClure and her further ascension, right? The Cena retirement tour with AJ, that was fucking fantastic. But that's it.
Yeah, like the wrestling itself is usually pretty good. Just there's never any consequence to anything, so there's no reason to keep up with it.
Right. Do you think that the TNA, was a better pay-per-view?
From the one clip I saw, probably not.
I mean,
Just
Mike Santana did win the belt, which was nice. They finally got their big belt on their biggest guy. That's
Yeah.
not Joe Hendry, who's going over to the Fed in January. You know, but
I mean, they had some good moments there. They had the Inspiration versus the Elegance team, you know, of Maggie Lee and Heather Reckless, right? Or Maggie by Elegance and Heather by Elegance, whatever the fuck, right? You know, that was a good fun match, right? You had a lot of good moments you had on there as well too. So you had like the Call Your Shot, you know, match or finals, whatever the Royal Rumble thing that they do for the Call Your Shot, you know, basically Money in the Bank, their version of Money in the Bank. You know, it ended up being like a tie between Kazarian and Frankie Kazarian and Nick Nemeth, right? You had Tessa Blanchard versus Gia Miller in a very awkward match. Just all angles awkward, you know. And then you had the Team 3D versus Hardy Boys in 2025.
yeah.
Which is the retirement, we think, of Team 3D, the Dudleys. Thoughts? You have any?
That finish was awful. Like, sorry, Bubba Ray, you are no Ric Flair, and like that absolutely did not work. I'm someone that was at WrestleMania 17. Like Hardy's, Dudley's, Edge, and Christian, that was my shit. I was like 15. That was the coolest thing in the world. That triple table TLC match.
That's one of the best matches I've, you know, I haven't seen it live, but that's one of the best matches I've ever seen. I mean, yeah, yes.
That was almost 25 years ago,
I know.
and none of these guys can move anymore.
No.
Like I saw Jeff Hardy do the swanton off the ladder. That was just kind of him falling forward off a ladder, and like this just seems sad.
yeah.
Which oddly enough, so like, I think if it would have happened on WWE or even AEW, it would have been like a bigger deal. But it's just kind of happening at TNA, which is in a weird state where the NXT guys are like they're feuding with WWE's developmental brand. Is like where TNA is at. These like it's just weird, man.
Go ahead, Jamie, and then I'll chime in about that.
Yeah, I got thoughts.
You go.
I love the memories of Team 3D, Dudley Boys, and the Hardys. I do. But it's 2025. Gotta know who you are. And the fact that they had the audacity to try to run back the I'm sorry, I love you, but through a table, and you have somebody, I know he's a wrestling god and he is the smart. I mean, sometimes he's got really good points. I jest.
He does.
But he has no range, and it's like, come on, man. Like, you could have done this way better. And it wasn't a spectacle. Like, if you're gonna go out, like, go out. Like, lay it all on the line and just like the wrestler, man. Like, ram jam and have a heart attack. Like do it up. I mean, at this point, I'm so kidding, but like, it's just, what is this? I watched some of that match. It's on. You can find it on the Twitters, FYI, ladies and gentlemen. If you dig hard enough, you can find like parts. Is exactly why I expected this match to be in 2025, and that's sad.
Mm-hmm. I think we all can agree with that last sentiment. You know, it's exactly what we expected this match to be in 2025. It is decades after they were at their height, you know, and to be fair to Austin, to your point there about where it happened, all four of these men had a pretty extensive part in TNA's history specifically the pre-Hogan era when TNA was at its height. Okay. Jeff Hardy, the first time he got, fired for drugs, right? Came over to TNA, right? He did the most ridiculous swanton I've ever seen in my life, where he almost decapitated himself doing a swanton onto Abyss. Okay, go look up Monsters Ball 2 if you don't believe me. He did a swanton
That match
from.
was outstanding.
It was so good, so good. The match also had Sabu in it, for the record. Okay, still able to move fast, Sabu, but yeah, I mean, we know Broken Matt, right? That early, right before the pandemic, that whole thing, it just reinvented, reinvigorated him, right? And if it wasn't for that, TNA would have been dead, right? That crazy bullshit somehow kept them alive. And Team 3D had a ton of run with it too. Talk about the Best of 7 series. What about Team 3D versus Beer Money's Best of 7 series, right? Let's go, right? So they've all had a good hand in TNA's history. So I did feel like it was a bad place for it to happen 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
my
get
problem.
you on that.
That's my problem. It's 2025. Come on, guys.
But if you're doing, like, I get that they were all big enough players in TNA at various times. But if you're doing the Hardys and the Dudleys, and it's kind of their big send-off in a tables match, people associate that with WWE.
They do. But they also should with an older WWE that doesn't really exist anymore. That attitude era is long gone.
But somehow all the same guys are still showing up. We got,
and shelled versions of themselves for cheap pops. Okay. So that's my whole thing. It's just like, in the grand scape of things, yes, the ending blew, but I don't mind it. I enjoy the post match, the old schoolness of, handing your boots. Instead of they didn't even put the boots down. They handed them to them. I thought that was great. It was cool.
I think the weirdest part about this match is that the NXT tag titles were on the line as well.
Yeah.
Or that they're on the Hardys in the first place. But, like,
yeah.
Why are your developmental titles being put on the line between 450-year-olds?
Oh, NXT doesn't make any logical sense. We're just not going to.
Not at all.
NXT makes 0 sense. I mean, there is some good developmental stuff they have going, like JC Jane. I've some others as well too. You still got Trick, doing his thing down there, right? So, I mean, yeah, you got a bunch of good things going on with developmental, but yeah, a lot of it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. So, we're just gonna wash our hands of that. Well, boys, that was This Week in Wrestling. Again, we will be back next week, same bat time, roughly same-ish, bat time, same bat channel. We will get all the results from WrestleDream. We'll get the report from our man in the field, Mr. Jamie Faulkner, on WrestleDream. Give you the pick results and carry on with everything that's going on post WrestleDream. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will be back again. Again, if it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on the internets at Total Spotfest. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, Squatch, this is for you, buddy. If you're not down Total Spotfest, I got 4 words for you. Kind of called that one there. See me at WrestleDream.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Later.